Bring Back Rock.
Hey everybody, it's Dean and welcome to Bring Back Rock. Today we're talking about a band that really everybody thought was on the cusp of making it big. They had buzz on the street with the fans. They had buzz with other bands. They had record label buzz. They were big in the rock press, a lot of buzz there. But once they did sign their record deal, they just ran into a string of really bad luck. Before we get talking about Jetboy, I want to say thanks to Stanish, Markstar99, Donnie, and Derek, and everybody else who's hit that subscribe button. I really, truly appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody who spends any time here at all. Thank you very much. All right, let's get to it. Let's talk about Jetboy.
Jetboy was formed in 1983 in San Francisco by Fernie Rod and Billy Rowe. Now, when you think of San Francisco metal, you think of the start of thrash, Metallica, Death Angel, Testament, and Exodus. Jetboy actually would later have a member of Exodus in the band. However, there was a vibrant music scene in San Francisco in 1983, and Jetboy was the Bay Area's answer to what was happening in LA. Now, Billy and Fernie soon added drummer Dirty Ron Tostenson. That's what I'm going with. Tostenson. Tostenson. And bassist Todd Crew. Todd Crew had a girlfriend, and her bestie was dating a former drummer turned singer, Mickey Finn. It was suggested repeatedly that Mickey should join Jetboy. The story goes that the band first met Mickey passed out in the alley next to the Mabuhay Gardens, a punk club in San Francisco, and dragged him to the first rehearsal. This is partly true. They did first meet him in the alley next to Mabuhay Gardens, but not straight to rehearsal. After blowing off multiple auditions, the band set up yet another one. However, after a hard night of partying, Mickey was set to blow off yet another audition. The band came knocking, and Mickey's girlfriend let them in, as they proceeded to basically abduct him, dragging him kicking and screaming without shoes to rehearsal, where he quickly dug the music and started getting lyric ideas. The next practice, he came with lyrics done for 3 songs, and once they played together, everything clicked, and they knew this was the band. And by early 1984, they had enough songs for a set and started to gig, headlining their own shows and opening for bands such as Wasp and Atom Bomb. A friend of the band's was a huge Wasp fan, and the band would catch rides with her to LA to hang out on the LA rock scene. They quickly bonded with 2 LA rockers, Izzy Stradlin and Axl Rose, who had their own band called Hollywood Rose. They hung out at the Cathouse, gaining friends such as Ricky Rackman, Faster Pussycat, LA Guns, and Poison, and, of course, Guns N' Roses. These bands and Jetboy started opening for each other. Jetboy would come to LA and open for them, and they would head up to San Francisco and open for Jetboy. However, Jetboy's first gig in LA would be opening for Madam X. On these trips to LA, they rode in what was simply called the bus, an old 1955 school bus. The bus was owned by 3 people. One of them was a fan of the band and told the boys they could just have it. So they replaced broken windows with wood, ripped out the seats, and lined the inside of the bus with couches and mattresses. Instant tour bus. Problem was, the girl that gave them the bus didn't inform the other owners. Her brother had reported the bus missing. After a 3-day stakeout, arrests were made. When it was all straightened out, the band, here's some air quotes, bought the bus. However, after a couple payments, they got the pink slip and the payments stopped. Soon the record labels came calling, and Jetboy decided to sign with Elektra Records. Around this time, the band was very tight with GNR, especially bassist Todd Crew. However, Todd's drinking was getting out of control. He was missing practices and band meetings with management and the label. Jetboy set up an intervention for Todd with his parents. They also asked GNR, who declined to participate. This is just my own guess. My guess is that they were getting Todd's version of the story, saying he never missed any band functions. It never affected them. After the intervention, Todd did check into rehab. However, he very quickly checked out of rehab, and eventually this led to his firing just before the recording of their first album. Todd's firing caused a rift between Jetboy and GNR. If you know Todd's story, you know what happens next. Todd became Slash's best friend in tech. One night, after breaking up with his girlfriend, Todd began drinking heavily, a lot, for 18 hours straight. He wanted to do heroin. Slash knew Todd was in no condition to try to shoot up, too drunk to function. So Slash prepared and injected the heroin for Todd. Slash claims the heroin he gave Todd was too weak to cause an overdose and believes he must have come to and taken more. All we really know is Slash did inject Todd with heroin, and sadly, later that night, Todd was dead of an overdose at the age of 21. Now, let's get back in time just a little bit after Todd's firing, but before his death. About to record their debut for Elektra, the band needed a bassist. Not knowing where to start, management said, start at the top. Who would be your number one choice? Being huge Hanoi Rocks fans, they said Sam Yaffa. Now, Sam's band, Hanoi Rocks, had recently disbanded following the death of their drummer, Razzle Dingley. We all know that unfortunate story. The timing was right, and Sam Yaffa became Jetboy's new bass player. The band's debut was recorded and set to come out in just a few short weeks, when Elektra decided to completely fire their entire West Coast offense. This is not a football show. West Coast offices, and start from scratch. This also meant many of the bands were about to lose their record deal, and this included Jetboy, and their album was shelved. Jetboy's management was sure that another label would step up, and very quickly offers started coming in. The band chose to go with MCA. However, with all the legal contracts and red tape, it took about a year to finally get the deal officially done. Once the deal was completed, MCA wanted the band to record a full new album. The band couldn't believe it. It had an album in the can that was done that they were happy with. They just wanted MCA to put it out. I don't know why MCA wanted a new album. Maybe they didn't want to release an album that they had no creative input in. Not sure. However, they did eventually release the album. Feel the Shake came out in 1988. Songs from the album were featured in the movies She's All That and Tom Hanks' dark comedy The Burbs, which has tons of great quotes from it. After just 3 months of touring with bands like Kix, Striper, and Cheap Trick, the band was pulled from the road and told to do album number 2. Damnation was released in 1990. Soon after the release, however, the band was summoned into MCA's offices, and the offices were like a ghost town. They were informed Sony had purchased MCA, and once again, Jetboy was out of a deal. In 1991, they moved to San Francisco from LA and went on hiatus, as the music scene had changed, as Billy Rowe put it, from leather to sweaters, with the takeover of grunge. Sam Yaffa was the first member to leave the band. He's been back with Michael Monroe as a solo artist, as well as with the reformed Hanoi Rocks, and has played with the New York Dolls. 3 core members, Fernie Rod, Billy Rowe, and Mickey Finn, were big Pantera fans and formed a metal band called Mind Zone. That functioned until about 96, and they came within inches of multiple record deals that for various reasons never came to be. Jetboy has released a number of albums containing demos and unreleased material. A Day in the Glamorous Life came out in 1998 on Paris Records. Make Some More Noise came out in 1999 on Paris Records. And One More for Rock and Roll came out in 2002 on Paris. The album Lost and Found came out in 2004 on Cleopatra Records. And The Glam Years, a movie and CD, came out on Cleopatra in 2007. This contained 2 new recordings, a new version of Feel the Shake and a cover of Johnny Cash's Folsom Prison Blues. Pretty cool cover. I actually liked it quite a bit. They have also recorded new material in the form of an EP called Off Your Rocker in 2010 on Rumble Records and Born to Fly in 2019 on Frontier Records. Now, they've gone through a number of drummers and bass players, including Michael Butler of Exodus and American Heartbreak, and Eric Stacey of Faster Pussycat fame is the current bassist. Fernie Rod has recently left the band. Billy Rowe, however, is still a member, and is also a member of the hardest working band in rock, Buck Cherry, who are always on tour and still find a way to release new music constantly. Jetboy right now is in the process of recording a covers album and still does occasional shows. They have also released some of those singles off that covers album, and you can catch that on the streaming services. Mickey Finn is still singing with Jetboy and also in a rockabilly psychobilly horror band called the Cold Blue Rebels with Joe Normal and Danny Dangerous, formerly of the Zeros, and Spaz Drastic of the Glamour Punks. They've released an album and a couple of singles, the latest one coming out in 2019. All right, that's a bit about Jetboy. Let's get to some music, and then I will catch up with you at the end of the video.
Chance you drift away. If it's meant to be, you'll come back my way. Now it's too late, I wanna go back. Now it's too late, I wanna go back. Now it's too late, I wanna go back. Don't know when I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on and on and on. Oh, but that train keeps rolling on down the sand and song. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. Watch out, a man in Reno just to watch him die.
right, so that was a little bit about Jetboy. Where can you find them? Well, luckily you can find most of the stuff out there on the streaming services. They have quite a bit streaming. You can always find them in the secondary markets. Feel the Shake was re-released on Rock Candy Records, as I mentioned in the video, so you can get that there. Cleopatra, I believe, still has Feel the Shake on vinyl, so you can look for that there. I also want to say this: Frontiers Records, the new album, Born to Fly, really good. The EP Off Your Rocker, really good. So if you like the original albums, you know, the major label albums from Jetboy, check out the new stuff. Maybe a little bit more raw, maybe a little bit more aggressive, but definitely still Jetboy. So go check those out. I think you won't be disappointed. All right, thanks everybody for watching, and I will catch you on the next episode.